Hey guys, just want to let y'all know this is finally, the last part of this discovery. Oh my goodness. We started this in August of 2020. And to begin with, I was actually dropping each time 2 to 3 parts of the discovery. Number 55 is what it actually ended up taking. Every discovery is at least 1 hour long, 55 hours. That's just reading, and that's just, video. Actually, I think each one of those segments would take me at the very least 4 hours. So there is a lot of time in that. So it was very rewarding to me to be able to bring that to you and to actually be able to get it all out there. We went through all kinds of hell trying to do it. We ended up getting all those strikes for community guidelines, privacy complaints. We got it. Ended up with, I think it was 81 altogether. But at the same time, it is public record. So if you're out there and it was you that hit me with those complaints, sorry, it is public record. I appealed, I disputed, and we won. So all of them's back, and it's been hell. Yeah, we went through all kind of craziness with this discovery readout, but hey, we did it. So looks like we made it, y'all.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. Might have took the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on.
We did it. This is the last one. Now, after a few days, I'm going to be clipping this part off of this last part of the discovery. This will be gone. I'm only going to leave, from my intro to the end. This is only here just to say thank all of you that has stuck with me from part 1 until now. I never would have even started this had I not had several many. I actually did a poll back last year. Are you interested in me doing this? And I had so many, yeah, I would really appreciate it. I can't really see the fine print. Even some that don't have real good reading comprehension, which I understand that, so I was just glad to be able to help you all. Now you know every word of the discovery. I want to thank you all for sticking with me. I want to thank everybody that has given me support and literally watched every one of these. They can't nobody tell you any facts about this case that you don't know, because you know them all. You've seen the body cam footages, you know them. Okay, going into part 55 and the final chapter of the discovery, guys. We're still working on the phone data review, and we are on August the 13th, 2018 at 16:26 hours, which is 4:26 p.m. Kelly Burke asked Chris if Shanann was awake when he left for work. Chris lied and said, I talked to her early this morning between 4 and 5 a.m. I think she went back to sleep afterwards. She was still here when I left, the kids sleeping. Burke said that she was scared, and Watts said he was too. 17:01 hours, 5:01 p.m. Nicole made 2 unanswered calls to Chris that she deleted. 17:05 p.m., 5:05 p.m. Chris called Chase Bank and held nearly a 2-minute conversation. He called a separate number for Chase moments later and held a 2.5-minute conversation. So he called 2 different numbers for Chase, 2 minutes apart, or 2.5 for one. 5:30 p.m. Chris made an unanswered call to Kessinger, which he deleted. 5:48 p.m. Unaware of events, Meadows asked if Chris drove by the 6508 Saratoga address. Completely aware of events, Watts still replied, "I just did. Yup, that's the exact model." 1800 hours. Following suggestions by many, Chris searched Google for hospitals near his home. In less than 4 minutes, Chris called the Good Samaritan Medical Center, St. Anthony North Health Campus, Longmont United Hospital, and UC Health. Okay, so he called all these hospitals. 4 minutes. It took him to come all. Now, I know if you were to call a hospital and ask, is a certain somebody there, it would take each call at least, 2 or 3 minutes, right, to get you connected to the right person and for them to check the logs in the hospital and the emergency and just make sure that person's nowhere in the hospital, right? But no, he called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different hospitals within 4 minutes. So that tells me he didn't speak to nobody. No, probably not. He called, and when somebody answered, he would just hang up. That's what I'm assuming. He may have talked to one, and the rest he just called and hang up, in my opinion, so the number would just show up on his phone that he did call. The average duration of these calls was 40 seconds. The longest was 69 seconds. That's probably the one he possibly spoke to. Out of curiosity, I called St. Anthony's without identifying myself. I asked if a Rollo Tomasi was a patient. It took 2 minutes to get my answer. I suspect Chris merely called each hospital to create a trail of concocted concern and never actually spoke with anyone. Well, imagine that. That's exactly pretty much what I just said. So, yeah. Me and this investigator sure think a lot alike. Burke asked if Watts had any luck with the hospitals, and Chris said no luck at all. 1830 hours. 6:30 p.m. Meadows asked Chris if Shanann was okay, noting that she had not taken part in their group text exchange about selling the house, and Chris replied, "She hasn't been around all day. It's very odd." And that's all he said. At 6:30 p.m. Now, by now, all kinds of craziness had already happened. He didn't say anything like, "No, she's missing. The police has been here." Nothing. Just like, it's odd. He is an oddball. He just is. 6:52 p.m. Chris told Samantha Paisley, also known as Sam, "I'm praying so hard. I'm sick to my stomach. Cops searched the house up and down and drilled me pretty hard. I have no idea where they could be." Sam asked why the police were drilling him. An hour later, Chris explained, "They're just being thorough. They got to do all the digging they can. I saw them this morning. Yeah, people are helping me search. You don't need to get on a plane. We have a lot of support here." 1900 hours, 7 p.m. Chris received a calendar notice titled "Dinner with Shanann." Shanann had a set entry, "Dinner with Chris," but hers was scheduled for an hour later. The hour difference indicates she created the entry while in Arizona using that state's time zone. In my experience, iPhones fail to make the transition when traveling to one time zone after an event is entered in the device's calendar. 2112 hours, 9:12 p.m. A line at the Frederick Police Department called Watts and held a 6-minute conversation. 2309 hours. Kessinger called Watts and held a 51-minute conversation, which was deleted. Now into August the 14th, 12:02 a.m. Nicole searched Google for Shanann Watts. See, she was already searching her. 12:02 a.m. 1:58 a.m. Chris played phone tag with a line at the Frederick Police Department. 2:07 a.m. Chris made an unanswered call to Kessinger. She called him back seconds later, and they held a 10-minute conversation. Now the phone tag up there, that is when Goodman was trying to call him, and then he would call back, and it was ridiculous. Chris was actually on the phone with Nicole during this. Phone log showed that, and his personal phone. And he was trying to figure out to where Nicole could listen, I believe, and he called back on his work phone, and I truly believe that he had it on speaker, letting her overhear what he was talking to Officer Goodman about. Because it is absolutely a fact, through phone logs, that him and Nicole were on his personal phone at the same time he was talking to Officer Goodman. 4:58 a.m. Sandy called Chris and held a 4-minute conversation. 6:32 a.m. Sandy called again and held a 6-minute conversation. 7:26 a.m. Chris perpetrated his fallacy, telling Sam, "I'm hoping she's with someone I don't know about because I've exhausted all the people I know of. I'm optimistic we will reunite again. People have been stopping by from time to time." Just an odd thing to say. I'm optimistic we will reunite again. That's, I don't know. It's obviously odd. 9:29 a.m. Chris transferred one last image into his secret calculator app. A semi-nude selfie of Kessinger. 14th. 9:29 a.m. Another one. Through all of this, she sends him a nude. 12:08 p.m. Kessinger spent nearly 4 hours searching Google and the internet for Chris, news outlets, and new accounts of Shanann's disappearance. All of these were deleted from her phone. 12:31 p.m. Chris began to tell others that he was doing interviews with the news media. 13:36. 1:36 p.m. Chris told Sam an Amber Alert is not applicable to the facts as they are known presently. Watts added, "They just swept the house with dogs to pick up a scent." Watts said he has completed all his interview with the news outlets. 14:21 hours. Chris added Fox 31 reporter to his contacts. 14:30 hours. Chris called Sandy and held a 10-minute conversation. 15:04 hours. Chris told Addie, "Good Morning America has contacted my sister." 1700 hours. Kessinger searched Google on topics like can cops text messages, and how long do phone companies keep text messages, and difference between text message content and text message detail. She all deleted. Now you see this all deleted. So she was worried to death about every aspect of any cop seeing her messages. And then she deleted her searches as well. Why? Because she knew the searches would look shady as hell. And I guess she assumed that she would be questioned and drilled a whole hell of a lot more than she was. Chris had a calendar entry titled Talk, scheduled to begin at this time, 1800 hours, and that would be 6 p.m. August the 14th.
6:21 p.m., Kessinger searched the internet for news accounts of this incident and Shanann's name. And again, she deleted them all. And on a side note, this detective put, these searches were conducted frequently by Kessinger throughout the next several days, and then she deleted everyone afterwards. So yeah, he found that pretty shady as well, especially with her deleting them afterwards. So as you see there, we probably do not have the exact amount of searches she did and deleted. He just narrowed it down to frequently over the next several days. And all deleted, of course. 6:26 p.m. Chris told Nick Thayer that he was leaving now, stopping for gas, and I'll be there. Watts had earlier agreed to spend the night at Thayer's. As a result of that call, Chris turned around and drove to the police department where he held an interview with FBI spanning 1,900 hours to 2,300 hours. And that interview is on the channel if you would like to see it, if you haven't already. 1859 hours, 6:59 p.m. After a brief call to the Thayers, Nick advised they would drive to the police department and wait for Chris to finish. 2010 hours. Watts told Dave Cologne that he was talking with the FBI presently. 2042 hours. Nick told Chris, hey man, we're sitting outside thinking of you. I'm talking to an investigative friend and she recommends maybe not to talk without a lawyer. I know this text may get there too late. 23:04 hours. Chris added FBI agent Graham Coder to his phone contacts. Watts told an assortment of friends that he met with the FBI. They have the case now. August the 15th, 2018, 7:47 a.m. Chris told his father, text me when you land and I can pick you up. 9:03 a.m. Coder sent a message to Chris. Hey Chris, it's Graham from last night, just checking in. Will you call me back? Chris made that call 3 minutes later. 9:37 a.m. Chris told Coder that his father just landed and he was en route to pick him up. 10:13 a.m. Chris told Coder that he just picked up his dad. 10:27 a.m. Coder told Chris, swing on by the police department when you get a chance. We'll make a game plan for today. Chris answered a short call from Coder later. Frequently, this day news outlet sent Watts messages requesting more interviews. At 10:53, Watts resumed his interview with FBI and CBI. He eventually confessed to murdering Shanann and disposing of all 3 bodies. He is subsequently taken into custody. August the 16th, 2018, 12:39 p.m. Michael F. sent a message to Chris. I don't think you will see this, but I hope you find peace in your struggles, and I pray that you will find God and have mercy on your soul. As news broke of his confession and arrest, Shanann's phone received desperate messages from her friends and loved ones, like Addie. Need you here. I want you to know you were literally my right hand, and I can't do this without you. August the 19th, 2018. Kessinger searched the internet on topics related to Amber Fry, the mistress of Scott Peterson. He murdered his wife and unborn child. Her searches include Fry's book deal, her net worth, and people have Amber Fry. End of review. So as you will see, he made a very note of that at the end of the discovery. Like he closed it with that, right? He literally closed with that. It's to me, this investigator had some very similar thoughts of his own that I have. On down, this is going to be the installed applications across the phones. I'm not going to read them all because there's a lot, but I will hold it steady for a sec if you would like to screenshot it or pause it and yourself. But there is several many, and I'm not going to read them all. But feel free to pause, and the reason I'm continuing to talk while I go through these is because the way my setup computer, if it's not hearing my narration come through, then it will cut out in silence. So yeah. NFL Fan Day, iMessage. I'll read through just a few of them just to have the sound here. Then you got contact views, Facebook, Chase, Seat Geek, Nearby, CB Sports. So that's probably Chris's phone. This all may be Chris's phone. Stocks widget, apartments, Game Center. He had a lot of apps. Venmo, music, broadcast, diagnostics, apps, store, demo view, core, Amazon Cloud, numbers, Southwest, contacts, FaceTime, and news, Twitter, Print Center, and I think that says Panthers, All Tracks, car, diagnostics, AirDrop, Groupon widget, Open and News, Steelers, mobile, Safari, I think, and Argo, Play, Contacts, TV Today, Voice Memos, Activity Messages, Weather, Panthers, Stick Pages, Business, ESPN, Passbook, Sidekick. No, I don't think that's the Sidekick. NFL News, Calendar widget, Stick, Numbers, Workout, Twitter, Notifications, Scores Today, Find My iPhone, DraftKings, App Store, In-Call Service, Recent Widget, the Weather, Hashtag Images, Magnifier, News Article, Out, Health, DVR, and there is the mugshots. And there he is. That's it, guys. We have reached the end of the Chris Watts discovery. Thank you all so much for your support. And I would appreciate a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. And remember, the comment down below. And so, if you are planning to enter the giveaway, and if you're not, let us know that as well. Thank you all so much for all of your support. And until next time, this is Unjustified.
Now it's up to you to put your own thoughts and opinions behind everything that you've just learned in this discovery and form your own decision. And whatever that may be, I respect that. We all have our own decisions. We all have our own opinions. I definitely have mine, and I know you have yours. Even if yours differs from mine, that's okay. Okay, now, this video, our very super special, big supporter of the channel, Miss Ashley, she's going to support a giveaway for kind of like a little celebration of us finally wrapping this discovery up.
We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions.
She actually has bought the book, The Perfect Father, that I done the synopsis on this channel. Of course, I have moved it over to the other channel now, but Ashley has actually purchased this book, as you will see here, and she has offered to do a giveaway. The rules are everyone that comments on this video, this very last part, will be entered to win this book. And I also ask that if you don't want to be entered to win, then if you do comment, then please say, I'm not wanting to enter, but, I want to say this much, and go ahead and leave your comment. I know a lot of people does not like giving their address out, even if it is for a giveaway or something they've won or something like that, and I totally understand that. But if you don't let us know, if you know that you don't wish to be entered, if you comment, you will be entered. If you are a subscriber, you have to be a subscriber here. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for your support. If you want to be in, leave your comment below.